Hi guys, it's me, Sam, and I have an exciting video for you. You probably have your entire YouTube feed filled with these videos, and this is going to be another one. This is the Kaleidos collab with Angelica Nyqvist. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And it's the Club Nebula palette. So I purchased this the day it went up, and I am just now getting it on the 17th of February it is. Jesus, time flies. So yes, and I think tomorrow there's another pre-order, and that will be it, I hear rumors say, because I don't know if they're gonna get another one. So I didn't realize it was gonna come in the box, because when I ordered it initially you had to pay $8 extra for the box, but maybe there was like a bigger one. I also didn't get the cards because I don't play any cards, and I did really want them, but I was like, Sam, say no to drugs. So yeah, we're gonna open this up and see what's in. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Samantha. I am a mom of 3. I work full-time, and I am a makeup enthusiast, and I don't take myself too seriously, and neither should you. So we're gonna open this chest. It's magnetic, and it's like this, and it comes with a little invitation to Club Nebula. And then I also did purchase the Prophecy highlighter, and they put it in the box, which was kind of cute, like this. So we'll be playing with that as well. And then it has some black tissue and a black piece of foam, and then there is my fail, the palette there inside the box. So we're gonna pull that out and put some of this foam back in here just for the sake of keeping things organized. I do really like this box because we're gonna, you know, I can keep other special things inside here. I'm probably not going to store the palette inside, but yeah, it's pretty cute. I just cut the magnetic part open with a little scissor because there is like a tape to hold it shut when it was in transit. Here we go. I'm gonna give you guys 2 looks, and hopefully they're semi-original because everybody's doing looks with this. I'm going to take it out of the sleeve, and this is what the palette looks like, as if you haven't already seen it. I'm really excited. I love Angelica. I've been watching her for a really long time, and yeah, even my husband enjoys watching her. This is what she looks like in all her glory. Upside down, obviously, because of the mirror. And we're gonna get started. I'm also gonna link her video down in the description box so you can reference it as far as like why the names, the shade names were chosen, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna bring you in closer. Let's get started. I really want, I have no clue why, I really want to do something with this dark red, and we're gonna start there, I think. Alright, so I've already primed my eyes with my CoverGirl True Blind Concealer. I hated this as a concealer because it was extremely dry, but I use it as a primer now, and it works really well if you have oily eyelids. And I'm typically a primer kind of girl, so the fact that I'm using a concealer is surprising to the both of us. So we're gonna go into Red Giant. I'm slightly scared because Kaleidos has some pigmented shadows, man. I'm doing that thing where I put the mirror right in front of the... So this is where we're at so far. I'm kind of keeping it round and following the shape of my eye socket. And I'm going to go into a smaller brush. This is the M507. That last brush was a lavish brush, which I think Moda brushes have a similar one. I'm going to go in with Samus, which is the peachy shade, and just blend the edges. I have not been watching videos with this palette that I've seen like their thumbnails. I like try to scroll really quick past them because I knew I really wanted to do a video on this when I got it, and I didn't want it to be inspired by anything that I had seen, or I didn't want to be swayed to have a certain opinion on anything. So far this is the shape, and the shades are blending really nice into each other. I want to do something kind of unexpected just because my eyes keep going to these shades together in the palette, and I don't know why. But Astro, it's a gorgeous blue to, I think, purple. My light is just a tad too bright. Alright, it's like a blue dual chrome color. Here we go. We're gonna put this shade in here. I don't use a glitter glue or wet my brush. I prefer to use my finger. I think that looks pretty. It does need some blending in between the two shades, so I'm gonna go in with the M507 into Cylon, which is like a plummy purple shade, and just try to blend between the two. And I raise my brows a little bit because my eyes are hooded, and if I don't, it's hard to get in that crease, so I kind of have to lift my brow. Otherwise, even when my eye is closed, I still have a pretty heavy crease. And then back into the red giant just to bring it all together. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty interesting combination. I'm gonna bring some of that peachy shade to the under eye with the red. I'm gonna go in this really light fluffy V20 brush and take that red giant. And I'm going to add You're My Only Hope, which is like a sparkly lavender, to my inner corner. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the purple, I think, just a little bit on the outer part, and then also bring it down. I am getting a little bit of fallout, but really not much, so I'm not too worried. So this is the look. This eye done with mascara. I think it looks really cool and interesting, and we'll play with some other colors on the other eye. I think I'm gonna do something all matte on this side and a little bit less colorful, just to switch it up. I am gonna go in with the Naru shade, which is the taupey shade, and kind of just put that all over. I will say, if you've never used Kaleidos, that it does have, you know, a decent amount of kick up in the pan, but they're so pigmented. Like even that shade, I feel like you can still see the difference between my skin tone and the shade. which I think is quite nice. It's subtle, but it just the fact that you can see that subtlety, I think is pretty good. Now we're gonna take 7 of 9, and I'm just gonna kind of pull this on the outer part of my lid. I know some people would have done a whole cut crease situation with this, but I'm not that talented. I drink too many cups of coffee to have any kind of precision. So we're just gonna keep it pretty messy. And I'm just kind of like tracing the shape of my natural eye socket. That looks pretty interesting enough. And I feel like even on top of that taupe shade, it's still really showing the pigmentation. And I'm gonna lightly bring that down. Let's see, do I have a smudge brush here? I do. Now I don't know if you notice my eyes are downturned, so sometimes I have to really work to tuck my eyeshadow kind of under in this weird space in between, because otherwise there'll be like a gap in my shadow. That is going to be it for that shade, and then I'm going to take the lime green shade called Gravity and use that on my inner corner, because I'm gonna be that girl. This shade is surprising me because it's really not showing up with the intensity that I was anticipating at all. Wow. And I really wanted this to kind of be all matte. Let me just take a clean fluffy brush and kind of slightly dust it away. So I think what I'll do then is just to take Firefly, which is the more sparkly lime green, because I really wanted to do a green. Oh, y'all see that? Oh my god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. I'm gonna bring that just a little bit under my eye and then blend that up. Holy smokes. All right, so this is the second look. Alright guys, these are my two very random looks with the new Club Nebula palette with Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist. I wanted to say that the shimmers that I used, the two shimmers that I used, were unbelievably sparkly but very soft and crumbly. So I would probably use a glitter glue when I use these in the future, just to make sure that it's not as messy. Typically I like to use my finger. I'm not opposed to using a glitter glue, but if I'm in a rush or going somewhere, I just like to use my hands. The mattes are so creamy and just easy to blend, beautiful. The only thing I was thinking that was a little strange is that when I did try to use this shade here, Gravity, in my inner corner, it didn't have that much intensity. I don't know if that's from the concealer that I was using. Maybe it was too dry and it couldn't quite cling to it, or I'm not sure why it didn't, but I'll play with this some more before I have some real final thoughts on this. But so far so good. Yeah, we're gonna get into the highlighter that I got in the shade Prophecy. Now this is supposed to be like a multi-chrome highlighter. Some people I know use this as an eyeshadow. This is what the packaging looks like. It's really beautiful. It's in a tin and it seems to be like galvanized kind of situation. And then it comes with this little plastic, and this is what she looks like in the pan. She looks really white, which is kind of intimidating, but we're going to try it out anyway. All right, I'm gonna use it's still pretty flimsy but slightly more full highlighter brush for this, because I do have a couple of the other highlighters from them, and they also can have a lot of glitter and be a little sparkly, and I just don't want to get it everywhere. Sometimes with a flimsier brush you just make a giant mess, so we're gonna try not to do that. And I picked up about that much. Now I have seen this highlighter on people, but more of a lighter complexion. Oh, that is really quite pretty. I can't tell if you can see it, so I'm gonna turn off the light in a second, but let me just get it on my face. I'm gonna turn on the light so that you guys can really catch the multi-chrome aspect of it. Maybe I should zoom in a little more. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I wouldn't wear much more than this in real life because I can see it, but just for the sake of you guys seeing it with the camera, to intensify it a little bit. And I hope it's catching on the camera what I'm catching in real life. It has a green, it has like a fiery red, fuchsia, pink, gold, lots of dimension, lots of color in there. And I mean, I think it looks good with both these looks. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, and you know what I like about this highlighter, even though it's glittery and it has like this crazy vibe to it, as far as like I can see on my skin, it doesn't emphasize the texture too much. It doesn't make it like, you know, I have congestion in my skin and you can't see all of the little tiny bumps. And yeah, I mean, I have like this scar like dip here. I mean, that is there all the time, but like, yeah, it doesn't emphasize the texture on my skin too much like some highlighters do. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah. And even with the lights down, you can see the true color of the eyeshadow. I think you can see like it looks really, really beautiful. The quality is just stellar. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. It helps me figure out what kind of videos you guys want to see. And if you like my channel, be sure to subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. And until next time, love you guys. Bye.